Good morning student, welcome back to the online classes for Triveni Memorial School. So today we will be studying our 23rd chapter from your environmental studies book for class 5, that is blow hot and blow cold. So as the image depicts here, we are going to understand about the human respiratory system. So oxygen gas is very important, which is required for our survival. So we breathe in oxygen, it is present in the air which is surrounding us. There are various other gases in our surrounding. So out of that, oxygen is very important for our survival. Oxygen is also used so that we can break down our digested food. So these are the functions of oxygen. Now moving on to the respiratory system. If we discuss about respiratory system, we breathe through our nose. So the opening of the nose is your nostril, and there is a nasal passage which is going to connect the nostril to the windpipe. Now this windpipe is nothing, it is a tube-like structure, okay, and this windpipe is going to branch into two small tubes which is called as bronchi, or you can say as bronchus. So these this windpipe is going to bifurcate into, it branches into two bronchus here, and these bronchus are going to be connected to the lungs. So they are opening and connecting to this lungs. So what are lungs? These are the soft and spongy bags which are made up of millions of air passages. So there are millions of air passages in the lungs which are surrounded by the blood vessels. Now these lungs are being protected by the rib cage. The lungs are the breathing organs in which the gases are exchanged. So here these are the respiratory, this is your respiratory system, and here the lungs, the main function of the lungs is for gaseous exchange. We will discuss here that part. Now there is a sheet of muscles below these lungs that is called as your diaphragm, okay. So important thing is learn the diagram. Now moving on, what is the actual mechanism which is occurring here in breathing in and breathing out. So when we breathe in the air through our nostrils, okay, we breathe through our nose, through our nostrils. So the air passes through the nasal passage. So now it is going to the nasal passage, through the windpipe, through the bronchus, and reaches to our lungs. So when the air reaches the lungs, the oxygen which is present in it enters the blood. So from these blood vessels, the oxygen is being absorbed with the help of these blood vessels. Now the carbon dioxide and the water in the form of water vapor, it is given out of the body, that are brought to the lungs with the help of blood. So what is happening over here? The air which we are breathing in the lungs, it is being absorbed by the blood vessels, and on the other hand, the blood vessel is going to bring the carbon dioxide, the blood is going to bring the carbon dioxide as well as the water vapor from the complete body in the lungs, and that will be released out when we exhale, when we breathe out. So carbon dioxide and water vapors are removed from the lungs with the air we breathe out, that I have told earlier. Thus the function of the lung is to put oxygen into the blood and remove the unwanted carbon dioxide and water vapor from it. So that is the main function of our lungs. Now the muscles of the chest and the diaphragm are going to help in breathing in and breathing out of the air. So this diaphragm and the various chest muscles are helping in breathing and breathing out. Now there are activities given over here, so we have to understand how breathing in and breathing out is taking place. For that, what you can do, you can put your hand on the chest to feel the process of breathing in and breathing out. So you can see over here, when we breathe in, what is happening when we these are your rib cages, okay. So these, when you breathe in the air, then what is happening? The rib cage moves outward and upward. So these rib cage, they are moving outward and upward. So you can see over here the lines, the red lines denotes its movement, and the diaphragm contracts and flattens out. So this diaphragm, it will contract and it will move in the downward direction. It becomes flattened down. Because of this, what is happening? The chest is expanding, space is being created, and then the air comes into the lung. Okay, this is what is happening when we breathe in the air. Now what is happening while breathing out? So in that case, what is happening, these rib cages, they will move inward and downward with the help of the chest muscles, the muscles which are present in the chest. Because of that, it is coming to again its normal position, that is the rib cage is moving inward and downward. Now the diaphragm, the muscles below the surface, below this lungs, okay, this diaphragm is relaxing and rising up. So this is creating a pressure, a push, so that the air and the chest is contracting, it is contracting. You can see the direction of with the help of the red arrows given over here. And when the diaphragm relaxes and it rises up, the chest will contract, and because of that, the air will be sent out. The air goes out from the lungs into the surrounding environment. Okay, so this is the complete mechanism of how the rib cage, the diaphragm, the chest, and in which direction the air will move. These are the roles of these important things over here. So you have to understand them. Now, measuring while breathing. So when we breathe in, our chest expands. So I have told you, when you take in air, your chest is expanding, and when you breathe out, your chest is contracting. So you can ask your friend to measure your chest with a measuring tape. When you breathe in and breathe out, you can take a measuring tape, and you can ask your friend to measure the chest while you are breathing in air. That means your chest is expanded, and when you are breathing out, when your chest is contracted. So you can write down that in centimeter over here. Now moving on to the next activity, that is counting while breathing. So you have to count the number of times you breathe in 1 minute. So what you can do, put your hands on your chest to count the number of times you breathe in and breathe out normally in 1 minute. In 1 minute, how many times you have breathed in and breathe out. So now you run for some time or you do any physical exercise, what things you will observe, for that you have to count it, and you have to write down over here, okay, when you are in rest, and when after the running, how many times you have breathed in, breathe out for 1 minute, in 1 minute. So what all things you will observe, that whenever we run or do some physical exercise, when you do any physical exercise, then what is happening, we breathe generally faster, okay. Why this is happening? Because we have to take the number of times we breathe in and breathe out, it increases per minute. We need more energy when we do any physical exercise. When you take part in any physical activity, physical exercise, your body needs more energy, you need more oxygen. So in order to get more oxygen, the breathing rate, your breathing becomes faster. Now another activity is given over here. The aim of the activity is to show that the air we breathe out contains water vapor. As I've told you, the air which you breathe out, it contains carbon dioxide as well as it contains water vapor. So then how we can prove it? So you have, for that you have to stand in front of a mirror. So you can see over here, this boy is standing in front of the mirror. Then you can see your image clearly. Now what is happening? Now what you have to do, breathe out the air over the surface of the mirror. Then blow air on the surface of the mirror. What you will see? You will notice that your image gets blurred. Why this is happening? This is because of the water vapor in the air we breathe out. Okay, these water vapor, now the image, when you blow air from your mouth, this image becomes blurred because the water vapor which are present in the air which we have blown out condenses on the cool surface of the mirror, and we can say because of that the air we breathe out contains water vapor. Another fact is that during any cold days, when we speak or blow out, this you might have experienced during the winter season. So in that case, what is happening, when you blow air, when you speak in the winter in a cold day, then the air which is coming out from your mouth, a cloud of mist forms. Okay, cloud of mist is coming out. Why it is coming out? Because when we breathe out, the water vapors in our breath is going to condense when they are coming in contact with the cold air in the surrounding, in the atmosphere, and because of that mist is formed. Okay, so these were the activities. Now next phenomena is your cooling by blowing. When you blow, it helps in cooling the hot things. Like when we have to drink any hot milk or soup, what we do generally, we blow at it with our mouth, and what will happen, the milk or the soup will become cool after some time. Okay, when you are consuming any hot milk or soup, you blow it first, and then what is happening, the hot milk or the soup, they will cool down after some time. So why this is happening? Because when you blow out the water vapors in those air, in that air, when we are breathing out, is going to make the heat from these hot materials to escape out quickly, and because of that these hot drinks will become cool. You can see over here image, this is cooling by blowing. Okay, so it helps in cooling the various hot drinks. Now next is helping a fire to burn while blowing. So how blowing can help us to burn a fire? So have you ever seen a village woman lighting her chula? That is, chula is a stove which is made of clay, an apparatus used for cooking. So you can see over here this woman, she is blowing a metal pipe through this metal pipe in the chula, so that the complete burning of this fuel can take place. The fuel which is used over here is your wood. So what is happening, in order to burn these wood, what we can do, we have to supply more air. So the air is supplied by blowing from our mouth, and because of this more heat is given out, and because of that cooking will become faster. So it also helps in burning of fire. It helps to burn a fire. Next is always breathe through the nose. So this is advised by our elders most of the time, and we have to see what is the reason behind that. So generally we people breathe through nose, but there are other cases why we should always breathe it through our nose. So there are some very fine hairs in our nose. You can see over here, these are the fine hairs inside the nose. So what is the function of these hairs? These are going to trap the dust and the germs in the airs we breathe in. So there are various dust particles or small microorganism germs in the air, in the atmosphere. So while we are breathing, these will be got trapped in these hairs which are present in our nose, and prevent them from entering into the lungs. But what will happen when we breathe air through our mouth? So there is a habit of certain people that they breathe through their open mouth. Because of that, what will happen? This air will directly enter without any filtration into the lungs, which is not clean, and this will carry the various dust and germs, and it will reach to the lungs, and it can make us fall sick. Now moving on to the exercise part. So first multiple choice question given over here. A gas which is needed to break down the digested food, it is your oxygen. The next is, when we run or do physical exercise, we breathe faster. The rate of breath increases. In 1 minute you breathe more number of times. Breathe in and breathe out. Next is your fill in the blanks. The lungs are protected by the rib cage as well as your diaphragm. Next is a sheet of muscle below the lung. It is your diaphragm. Then a picture is given over here. You have to label it properly. So first of all, you can see the opening of the nose is nostril. Then nasal passage is there, and it connects to a windpipe. So this is the tube-like structure of windpipe. Then branch into bronchus, this side and on the left hand side. Then these are your two lungs on right and left side, and this is the sheet of muscle below, that is your diaphragm. The next is you have to write down the difference between in breathing in and breathing out with regards to the movement which occur in the rib cage, the diaphragm, the chest and the air. So you can see over here the rib cage, what is kind of movement shown in breathing it will move outward and upward with the help of the muscles present in the chest, and in case of breathing out, it moves inward and downward. The one is your diaphragm. So diaphragm, it contracts and flattens out. Here in breathing out, it relaxes and rises up. Then what happened to the chest? The chest expands. Here the chest will contract. The next is the air. Because of breathing in, it goes into the lungs, and in case of breathing out, it goes out of the lungs. Now moving on to the section B of our exercise, that is again a multiple choice question. First of all, when we blow out the air over a hot soup, it will become cool. So while you are blowing on a hot soup, so that it will become cool. Next is the dash is the in the nose, traps the dust and the germs in the air. So in order to trap these dust and germs inside the air, the hairs are present. Now very short answer question, so you have to write just one word over here. What is the opening of the nose called? It is called as your nostril. Then name the sheet of the muscle below the lungs. It is your diaphragm. Next is your short answer type of question. For that, why do we break faster? Why do we breathe faster when we run or do physical exercise? So why this is happening? Why the number of breathe become faster? Because while doing running or any physical exercise, our body needs energy. It requires more oxygen supply. So because of that, we have to breathe faster. Next is, why does the hot milk become cool when we blow out the air from our mouth? So how blowing helps in cooling the hot milk? Because this helps in removing or escaping out the heat from the hot milk. So let us understand. Blowing air from our mouth cools the hot milk because the water vapor which are there in the air when we breathe out makes the heat coming out from this hot milk escape faster. Okay, it will help it to escape faster at a faster rate, and it will become cool. Okay, now moving on to the next slide is your long answer question. So first of all, you have to describe an activity that will show that the air we breathe out contains water vapor. So we can write down in this manner. So here the aim is to show the air we breathe out contains water vapor. What is the method? For that you have to stand in front of a mirror, then you have to breathe out the air over the surface of the mirror. Then what is the observation? What you will see? Something set on the surface of the mirror, the water vapor condenses on the cool surface of the mirror. And what is the outcome? We can prove that the air we breathe out contains water vapor. Next is, why should we breathe through the nose? What is the reason behind why should we breathe through the nose? In order to trap the dust particles and the germs which are present in our surrounding, and so that it is prevented from being entered into the lungs. So that's it. We have understood about the various respiratory organs. We have understood about what is the mechanism of breathing and breathing out, and we have also understand how this blowing helps in cooling down the hot things and burning the fire, as well as why it is always advised to breathe through our nose. So hope to see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Thank you.